There was some people that were criticizing the actual baptism, like because Pastor Brian, he didn't dunk me all the way to where my hands weren't underwater. And I feel like when you start getting into that realm where you're like pinpointing all of these.
I have some encouraging words for Kat Von D that I want you all to help me get to her ears. But before I do that, really quickly, for those of you who don't know, Kat Von D is a celebrity known for her tattoo artistry and some former occult practices. A little over a year ago, she gave her life to Christ, abandoning the occult practices. She recently got baptized and has been receiving a lot of negativity from so-called Christians. Here's a clip of her speaking on the negativity she's been receiving and how she's been dealing with it.
But this is where I'm at. And to me, my baptism was a public demonstration of where I stand with my faith and basically letting people know that I'm not ashamed. I don't feel like I fit in anywhere now, and or that I ever have, to be honest. There was this other side of the response that was just so awful. It was really the Christians who were the worst. And it was just really like sad to see like this critical display of judgment from Christians. It's like strange that these handful of like negative critical Christians would like come at me in such a public way as well. I think one of the biggest, or one of the comments that I would see like repeatedly would be like people saying that I was faking it and that this is just a PR stunt to get like clicks and follows. There was like a lot of criticisms, weirdly enough, about like the way that I dress and the way that I look or the way that my friends looked in the video. And I think it's really insane that we live in a time where people still like judge a book by its cover. Like I feel like I wasn't aware that there's a uniform that you're supposed to wear once you give your heart to Jesus. Like some people that were criticizing the actual baptism, like because Pastor Brian, he didn't dunk me all the way to where my hands weren't underwater. And I feel like when you start getting into that realm where you're like pinpointing all of these details that really at the end of the day do not matter. The last thing I will say about all of it is that I love you no matter what.
As you can see, she has been taking notice of all the hate and criticism from religious people. My concern for her is that she doesn't allow that hate to derail her faith and catapult her back into the lifestyle she said was hurting her and potentially her family. So let's give her a pep talk. Kat, what you've done in turning to Christ is a very brave thing. Us true followers of Christ see you and we're rooting for you. Jesus says that in this world we'll have trouble, but take heart, he has overcome the world. You are not alone. Jesus says they will hate us because they hated him. True followers of Christ can relate to what you're experiencing. Great joy from the Lord and hostility from those who claim to know him. They said Jesus wasn't religious enough. They said he was a drunk and a glutton because he had a little wine and enjoyed a good meal. But he didn't care what they thought. He only cared what his Father thought. The only opinion that matters is God's opinion, Kat. Keep God where he belongs and he'll continue to guard your heart and mind against the attacks of Satan. Satan is called the accuser in the Bible. These so-called Christians accusing you are doing the work of Satan. They are the true occult, keeping people away from the living God. You may wear all black, but right now you're a light shining in a dark world. Jesus says, let that light shine. We exist to express the beauty of God in Christ Jesus for the world to see and enjoy. If we suffer with Christ, we'll also reign with Christ in the new heaven and the new earth. Jesus says those who endure to the end will be saved. So Kat, keep running with us and we'll see you at the finish line of eternity.